Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Off the Boulevard. This is our second week on air and fourth week back on campus after a long and well-deserved summer break.
Today we'll cover sports, again with Jake and Armand, get a weather update from Olivia Jones, and get the full rundown on what's happening around Lawrence from Riani and Emma.
Also, as a first-time special guest this semester, we will talk with two KU journalism students who are on the verge of starting a brand new show on campus and are excited to share what they have to bring to the world of broadcast journalism here at KU.
Stay tuned, and we'll share all of this with you after the break.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Riani.
And I'm Emma.
And this is your weekly news.
This week, Apple announced its new iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus see major improvements in things like the camera, the processing speed, and the new wireless charging pad. The phones will be waterproof and dust resistant, along with a glass screen, not only on the front of the device, but the back as well. The most exciting of the three phones, however, is the iPhone 10. The new gadget includes edge-to-edge screen display as well as facial recognition. Apparently, it's so high-tech that Apple decided to completely skip the iPhone 9 and go straight to the 10 instead. Mom, if you're watching this, you know what to get me for Christmas.
Same. A federal judge in Bonner Springs dismissed a lawsuit filed by one of the school district's teachers accusing the district of installing secret cameras in a classroom in which he and many others used to change clothes in. Rob Marriott, a science teacher, track coach, and cross-country coach, claimed that the district secretly operated video cameras through numerous classrooms in the district from 2005 to 2015, and that he was not notified about it until he left the district in 2016. Marriott claimed that he sometimes used the classroom to change before track meets, as well as many others using the room for the same purpose. The lawsuit was ultimately dismissed due to an illegitimate claim to privacy in the classroom and having no exclusive use of the room by the occupies.
KU's lead center for performing arts announced Tuesday that the musician Wynton Marsalis will be creating a new music piece to celebrate university's basketball team. The new music will be performed by the Jazz Lincoln Center Orchestra and will go with a video featuring many of KU's basketball legends. Unfortunately, this project isn't expected to premiere until fall 2018, right in time for the basketball season.
Students may or may not have noticed a few changes happening in the Ambler Student Recreational Center since returning to campus this fall. KU Recreation Services may have had to drastically reduce hours, cut programming, including intramural sports teams, extracurricular clubs, and shortcut expected equipment upgrades because of the Student Senate's decision made last spring to ultimately reduce spending. Due to the Student Senate's approval to cut the rec student fees by less than half the amount students were originally paying to use the center, recreational services unfortunately took the toll. An uproar from students and staff have been more heavily witnessed since school has started back up, and the changes have become more apparent due to the center being utilized more often, not by students and other community members. The rec will now close 1 hour earlier on Fridays and Saturdays and open 3 hours later than usual at noon as opposed to 9 a.m. in the previous semesters.
The Lawrence City Commission's decision to consider taking drastic measures against local bars in Lawrence may affect students here at KU a little more than they think. On Tuesday this week, Mayor Leslie Sodden requested the City Commission Board to consider revoking the liquor license of local nuisance bars that have been posed as a threat to the city's public safety on a number of occasions. Bar fights, drunken misconduct, and the possibility of underage drinking are all factors that play into Mayor Sodden's proposal to review the city's code on liquor licenses. Lawrence attorney Tawny Wheeler stated in a public statement that the city's code needs some serious review and should be seeking action soon. Now I know what you're all thinking. Where am I going to go to enjoy my Wednesday dollar night at the good old Jayhawk Cafe? And what else is going to help me to forget bombing my stats test than a moose bill on a Thursday evening with the gals? Well, Jayhawks, before we know it, we may be forced to say goodbye to our phony Maryland IDs and say hello to a kind of fun that doesn't put public safety at risk. The commission is scheduled to vote on whether or not they will proceed to look more into the proposal in their next city meeting September 19th.
Is Lawrence really Lawrence without the bars? But that's all the news we have for this week. Stay tuned after the break to hear sports from Jake and Armand.
Welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm Armand Hosseini.
And I'm Jake Kaufman, and this is your sports update.
The Jayhawks have their first road game this weekend, visiting Ohio on Saturday, trying to avenge a 21-37 loss from last season. Jake, what are your keys to the game?
Well, Armand, let's address the elephant in the room. KU football is not good on the road. They haven't won a game since 2009, and that's a 41-game losing streak. To give you a better understanding on that, the last time KU football won a game on the road, the iPad wasn't out yet, and Barack Obama was in his 8th month as president. My keys to success are to stay strong, get out to an early lead. Last year, Ohio beat KU 36-21, and they drilled the KU's defensive secondary on the rushing side as they outrushed the Jayhawks 329-26. And my who to watch for is KU quarterback Peyton Bender. Last week we saw Bender, not his normal self, go back to week 1. He only completed 51% of his passes and on 2 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. This week we get to see what he can do on the road and see if the fans can get in his head. Also, wide receiver Steven Sims. If able to play, last week he left with an ankle injury. He will be a big asset to the KU offense.
The Chiefs have their home opener Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off an upset of defending champion New England Patriots in Week 1. The Eagles defeated division rival Washington Redskins last Sunday, looking to upset the Chiefs at home this week. Alex Smith should continue to play well, trying to prove his worth since the Chiefs drafted Patrick Mahomes II last April. Expect Kareem Hunt to have another historic performance, but what to watch for is Travis Kelce, hoping to get his first touchdown of the season. He had 5 receptions for 40 yards last week, but hopefully he will get back to where he finished last season. The Chiefs may struggle on the defensive side with Eric Berry's season-ending injury from Thursday, especially against an improved and confident Eagles offense, head coached by former Chiefs offensive coordinator Doug Peterson. However, the Chiefs should still control the game, and I have them winning 27-20 and staying undefeated.
Now let's get on the soccer side of things. KU Soccer has their last 2 non-conference matches tonight, visiting number 25 Utah and Monday at BYU, hoping to come back after their 1-5 loss at home against Texas A&M. As for volleyball, KU has their final non-conference tournament this weekend in California, where they will face off with Santa Clara, San Jose State, and Idaho.
Thanks for joining us. That will wrap up your sports update, and we'll be back after the break.
Some say e-cigarettes aren't dangerous,
But science shows nicotine can harm teens' developing brains.
no matter how they're exposed.
Let's do an experiment to find out.
Here's a teen who won't be using e-cigarettes.
Now we need one willing to risk their brain development.
Anyone care to volunteer your kid?
Anyone?
Your kids are not an experiment. Protect them from e-cigarettes.
Welcome back. I'm Isabella Conjemi, and I'm here with Keely and Malik, and they are also J School students who are going to be talking to us about a show that they have coming up. But first, Keely and I go way back.
Yes, we do.
You were on Off the Boulevard when it first started, so
Yes.
sort of a veteran to this. So tell me, what have you been up to lately?
Okay,
as far
so-
as in media crossroads or the journalism world.
Yeah, so after Off the Boulevard, I was on the show Good Morning KU, and I was a host or a reporter for that, so that was super fun. It was like really great crew and just really good to work with everyone. And now I'm a reporter on KUJH, so I've been putting together, working on packages and stuff for that show.
Yeah, so how did you guys meet each other? How did you get involved with Media Crossroads?
Me and Malik are like best friends. We didn't grow up together. We met last year. We both lived
Seems
in
like you've
Naismith.
grown up together.
Yeah, and we were both journalism students, so
Yeah.
we kind of helped each other with homework, and then just became besties from that.
Yeah. So let's get to it. They have a show called The Wake Up Call, right?
Yes.
So what is that going to be about? What are you guys going to talk about?
It's like a mix of like CBS This Morning and like Good Morning America, where it's like that news, like that hard news that is very important to each and everybody's lives. It's world news, national news, local news, campus news, and then also has that Good Morning America feel where you can turn it on, you can have fun, lighthearted segments. And so we'll have like a first call segment, then like a discussion call segment, and then me and Keely sort of came up with this segment called I Come Bearing Good News, which no matter how hard the news is or how fun it is, there's always going to be that guaranteed one segment where we have a little discussion that's a positive story promoting something that's good, whether it's here in Lawrence or here in the United States, that just really lifts people up.
What made you guys want to do a segment like that?
I just was thinking this summer, as I was like thinking about my future career, I was like, I don't want to go into a career path when everything is depressing and sad. Like there's like, I always want there to just be that positive aspect that gives everyone, like brightens everyone's day. So we were just kind of talking about what we could do about that to add that to the show, and we came up with like
to find that content to make it positive in there.
Yeah,
very
definitely.
cool. Yeah. Well, we are very excited for your show. Do you have any story ideas? I know we were talking the other day about some things that you were going to want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm actually about to start working on a package about Lyme disease. So that's a disease, a tick-borne illness disease, and it's very common in Kansas, especially just because we're in the Midwest and had a really mild winter last year. So there's like a lot of ticks right now. So that's just important. I think we'll put that on the show. And
then we also, like with this show, we know it's Wednesdays at 9 a.m., but we're going to try to expand it, so like do like live gets, stuff like that. So like one of our big goals is try to do a live show for the fall, Late Night in the Fog, September 30th.
Yeah.
So do that and sort of like bring a new audience, have fun with the students out there waiting in line all day to get in there, that night and just have fun. So try to do more like get out of the studio. We're going to definitely be in the studio some, but try to get out of the studio and just be around our school.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Since you are a 9 a.m. morning show and we're on a college campus, you guys are going to have that little bit of a challenge to get people to watch that show so early. So you guys are going to have a lot of live shots and things like that to get those people to join in.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, great. We are really excited here on Off the Boulevard to check out that show. It's going to be here on Media Crossroads, and we should be expecting it
next Wednesday at 9 a.m. and from that Wednesday on, it will be on your televisions.
Nice. Anything else you guys want to add?
Watch,
Wake
please
Up
watch.
Call.
It'll be a great show. It's us too. It has to be.
Yeah, great. Thanks, guys.
Thank
and we'll
you.
be back.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm your weather forecaster, Olivia Jones, and there's not much going on in the atmosphere right now. It's 81 degrees and there's not gonna be much going on. Today our high is 91 degrees, and as we head into the early afternoon and into the evening, into the late night, we're expected to get scattered thunderstorms. We have a front moving in, and you can see right here how it's about to hit Emporia, and it'll follow along the track that it's already going on, and we're expected to get scattered thunderstorms around 3 or 4 a.m., so you might want to shut your windows tonight just so that no water leaks in. As we head into Sunday and Monday, we're expected to get scattered thunderstorms again, both at nighttime, so if you go do anything around the evening time, pack a light raincoat because you might get a little bit of rain. As we go into next week, into Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures are going to be a lot like how they are today in the high 80s, but down as we go into the evening hours and into the night, it'll hit low 70s, just like how it is now. There's not much going on in the atmosphere other than this weekend, and that's all I have, and we'll be right back after this break.
Thanks for tuning in with us, and here are a few events happening around Lawrence this weekend.
Today, Lewisburg Cider Mill opens for the fall with their annual pumpkin patch, hay rides, and as well as their famous apple cider donuts and drinks. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 2, a Naruto run down Mass Street and through South Park will be in full swing, so don't forget to be there and get ready to run.
Also, tomorrow night, the Student Union Association is hosting their annual campus carnival at the Lead Center parking lot from 5 to 9. Head out there for free rides, food, and beverages, but don't forget your student ID because you will need it to get in. That's all we have for today. Tune in next week at noon here at the Media Crossroads, and last but not least, have a great weekend.